Today I'm going to cast Toll, who is water on our league, against JoRoSaR, who is JoRoSaR. In the sort of 3 o'clock position, we've got JoRoSaR spawning as the red Terran, and down in the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock position, we have water spawning as the blue Zerg. The map they're playing is Shipyard, and I think they're playing the IPL edition, which forces cross-map spawns, which is why they're having the discussion at the beginning. We just got standard openings, so no early 6 pull or anything like that from Toll. Can't really tell much from the Terran at this point, just going for the general opener that you would see from any build. This is played at Lazy Gamer for the Lazy Gamer StarCraft League, which is sign up is closed, but inquire for the next league. I'm sure you'll be able to play if you're interested. It's Lazy Gamer in Headington in Oxford. Both scouts being sent out at almost identical times. We'll cross in the middle just to confirm that they will be having cross spawns. He's sending his overlord out to just check up here, and probably will then bring it down to this sort of area. We have an early gas coming out of JoRoSaR, suggesting some sort of maybe Hellion play or early Banshees perhaps. And the barracks going down, we have a hatch first, this is, from Toll. He's got it down at 15 supply, I think, 15 hatch. It's just not much going on at the moment. We've just got macro opening here and a fairly standard Hellion, so fairly standard on at least in the lower leagues, which is Assistant Grandmaster. So early gas is fairly standard. I think JoRoSaR is platinum while water is diamond league. Let's just check the APMs. 46 and 43. So fairly similar on that front. Oh, we have a bunker coming up. Oh, it's just an early bunker in the mineral line to try and slow mining and also give some prolonged scouting information on this. Pool is now up. We have 1 marine being produced, and they're being sent across the map to probably put some pressure on this, force them to waste some lava on building lings, because especially as any lava wasted on building lings is lava that you could have spent building drones. This isn't the case with any other races, obviously, because you're building it from a specific building. The Marines are now at the base, sorry about missing that. The Marines have gone down, and a crawler is coming up to help give some extra defense for water against any more early pushes. The Marines are being pulled back. He's transitioning into factory, which is what I suspected. Some sort of, in the reactor. Reactor Hellions we'll probably be seeing in a minute or two. This scout is still alive, so he knows that there is no gas so far, so he can feel fairly safe against any sort of 2-base all-in from water, because you'd normally need some sort of speed or gas for roaches, etc. Not quite keeping on the lava injects completely. Queen's got a bit of extra energy. Second queen at the main to help spread creep, something that's very important, especially connecting these 2 bases to allow queens some maneuverability to defend both. Oh, he's gone for 4 queens in fact, so creep spread's going to be very quick in this game. The Hellions are now out, combat shields on the way, 2 more Hellions on the way, and an expansion coming down for JoRoSaR. Second gas being now taken. Supplies fairly similar, but considering we have a Zerg here, it's hardly surprising he's ahead. This looks in fact very much like an Ice Fisher build, considering it's taken both gas at the same time. These queens are on the ramp defending against any all-in, but this drone appears to be stuck behind. Let's see if he will put all the drones on the gas. Oh, some Marines. The Marine coming out, scouting into the middle of the map, see what there is. Hellions are now coming. He's spotted the Hellions. Let's see what he does in response to that. Well, he's got the Queens on the ramp, so he knows that his main will at least be safe. Production, he is building another crawler. Where's this? Being built in his mineral line. And circling speed is now on the way. As soon as he got his first 100 gas by the looks of it. What will he do with his next 100? I suspect spend it on a lair. Yep. Oh, he's already started lair, in fact. Let's see, this is where he's going to have to choose his tech route, whether he'll be going... Oh, a bit of... See how many drones are lost here. He needs to sort these out. One Hellion. Two Hellions down, there's two left still. See if he can get one more shot off, just to get one more. So, let's see what units lost look like. Oh, that was not good engagement for JoRoSaR. He loses a lot more resources than Pamplonton. Let's see the units tab just to see the worker count. He is almost double his workers, and even with the mules to help keep the seed mining up, he will still be behind, definitely in the game. So that hold there has definitely put Water in the lead in this game. Let's see what tech routes he's taken. Well, we see Starport coming out and Siege Tech coming out, while for Water we see +1 melee and +1 carapace, suggesting some sort of ground army he'll be going for, so I don't think we'll be seeing any Mutilisks at least anytime soon. This game is now taking a third base, so the game's now going into the mid game. We definitely will go all the way into the mid game, as neither player appears to be getting ready for an all-in push. The 10-minute mark, both seem to be content just to macro up, get all their getting all this production facilities ready. Engineering bay just coming down now. Burrow being researched for Water and pathogen gland, so we'll be seeing infestors. Does he have anything else other than infestors? Let's see. No, he appears to be going for pure infestor ling. It'll be interesting to see how that fares against the more I suspect more mech army that JoRoSaR will be going for, as we only have one barracks, 2 factories with reactors, and a tech lab coming onto the starport. Just getting his third command center up now inside his natural. Sending in an overlord to scout out his base. Nothing in particular interesting to see there. He probably guessed he was going mech, considering the lack of marines on the map. Let's see. He needs to rally this infestor with the rest of his infestors. Getting +2/+2 now. Spore crawlers coming down. Did he scout the starport? Yes, he did. Continuing to macro up. How many links? That is a lot of links. 64 links. Oh, 58 workers to 47 SCB, so JoRoSaR is definitely catching up, but as you can see, the supplies still have a notable difference in them due to that early game lead that Water took. Let's see if he decides to apply some pressure now with these infestors and lings. With Burrow, he could consider sending them underneath into the back of the mineral line and spawn infested Terran into the working SCVs, and then quickly get them out before they die, which would be perhaps something he could do to offer some harassment to the Terran away. Ninja third being taken up in the top left hand corner of the map, and he's actually, that'll be a fourth, as his third base is now being lifted off to land here. Although there is a burrowed ling, which is actually a very good tactic to do, as it means it'll waste a scan on having to kill this and delay the expansion going down. So for the use of one ling, it's definitely worth it. Let's see, he spots the... Not sure what these Zerglings are doing. Oh, going ahead of his whole army it appears. There's mass speedling all in. Not all in, it's mass speedling. This player's such an all-inner, I also assumed he would be all-inning. Let's see, will this end the game? Perhaps if he'd bought it in Festus it would have. But not as it is, since he was able to hold from that. Units, 8 infestors, 31 Zergling, 74 drones to 56 SCVs. Water is definitely in the lead. Let's check the income tab. Yes, its income is a lot higher, and this will begin to show, or more than it already has shown, as the game goes on, and it's able just to run army after army into the Terran. Oh, some transferring SCVs here. If you can spot this, its expansion will be very exposed. Perhaps a planetary fortress might have been a better choice, considering... What is a planetary fortress? My mistake. I thought it converted that into a normal command. We have... Yep, the Zerglings are going to move up here, but planetary fortress is now done and should be able to hold off. Units lost is still... it's in fact now favouring... It's still favouring the Zerg, but considering we're at 60-minute mark in the game, this isn't very high. Possibly because there has been very little engagement in this game. There was the Hellion harass at the start and that Zergling attack that we had a few minutes ago. Let's get the production tab up. We now have Mutilisks on the way for water. Let's see how effective these will be. He already has missile turrets up, so either that was a good read or he just put them up ages ago in case the Zerg did go air. And he's getting +1 flyer, Yellow Parasite, and +3/+3. Links with +3/+3 will be vicious against the SCVs especially. They'll kill them so quickly if they can get mineral line. We now have the Mutas coming in the front door, which seems unusual to me. Attacking the bunker, so he will actually lose quite a lot here, let's see. No, he's still in the lead definitely, but perhaps it wasn't the best idea. He could have used it more effectively. Now manages to fly into a turret. He's got his 4th base up now, although there's no drones on it. Let's see, back onto production. +3/+3 is almost done. The Mutalist not doing anything. He's got more Zerglings coming across the map, some AFK Zerglings here, so he'd probably sort that out. Definitely not keeping on top of his lava injects at this point in the game, which is, well, in fairness, it's only he's platinum at this point, not actually diamond. He's got some AFK Mutalisks in the front as well. This appears to have pushed the Terran right back into his main. He does hold this, but he's forced to lift off his natural, pull his SCVs into here. Obviously this is very inefficient mining. Lift off his 3rd, but he still does have a fully mining 4th, although that's not fully saturated. If these players have been able to keep up their APM, in fact their APM has raised beyond where it was. It's out to 83 for water and 60 for JoRoSaR, so JoRoSAR similar, water is definitely raised. See the income tab, yes, almost double the income now as he is on 1, 2, 3 and a bit mining bases, with JoRoSaR being on only 1. He has 4s though now, so he may be able to move it off, although no, with Neo Parasite I really don't think he will be able to hold this off, considering the amount of lings, 54 lings, so this is decreasing rapidly. 11 Mutalisks, he could bring the Mutalisks up here, that would be really useful, I suspect. He is now inside the base, and this should be the game, as JoRoSaR has nothing to hold this off with, and he can just continue to flow link into the game, and now it's GG, and the game is over. This is game 2 between Water and JoRoSaR. We have Water in the top left, spawning as the blue Zerg, and JoRoSaR in the bottom right, spawning as the red Terran. They're playing on the MLG version of this map, which does force cross spawns, and there is no gold on this map anyway, so no 6-ball coming out of Water, so we'll just have standard openings here, I assume, up till at least 10 supply. He's immediately sending out his Overlord to scout, so maybe actually this doesn't force cross spawns, or he doesn't know that it does force cross spawns. It does put a supply depot at the bottom of the ramp to stop, particularly I think it was Terrans and Protoss walling in Zergs into their base, meaning they couldn't expand. This happened a few months ago, and so now supply depots are on most MLG and tournament maps to stop this happening, as it was overpowered against Zerg. He's sending out a drone, so I suppose that was around 10 supply probably sent that out at, to scout out towards the bottom left, and he'll then be going on to find out where he really is at the bottom right. We have a barracks coming out of JoRoSaR. It's fairly standard, and 15 looks like we will be seeing a hatch first again from Water. So we won't be seeing any very early cheese from him, although I wouldn't rule it out with this player. JoRoSaR again getting an early gas, so perhaps Reactor Hellions again this game. Both players seem to be going for very similar builds. He puts a supply depot at the natural, forcing the delay on the expansion and forcing him to in fact go pool first, something which he obviously didn't plan into his build order, will put him off slightly off his game, and this will enable JoRoSaR to react to the fact that he knows he's now he's going for an early expand, so knows he will be safe at least for the first few minutes, and can choose what he wants to do. Does he want to try and macro with the Zerg, or does he want to try and punish this early expansion with some early pressure? Cancelled right at the last minute, that's good, saves him 75 minerals. We have a Marine on the way, and already one Marine on the field, but he doesn't seem to be sending over to the opponent just yet. Where's his barracks rallied? Oh, it's just here. Looks like they had to pause the game for a second there. Yeah, getting a much earlier gas this time, so not a nice Fisher build. Perhaps looking to get an earlier speed up to help defend this early hatch, or maybe even going for a 2-base all-in strategy, or 2-base pressure even. Marines on the ramp spread quite nicely to fend off any early Zergling scouting that will be done. 3 barracks now up for JoRoSaR with constant Marine production. How many? 3 on the gas, supply depots going down. Looks like we're going to be seeing sort of early Marine pressure from JoRoSaR. Will he be sending any SCVs? Will it be an all-in, or will it just be pressure from him to try and delay mining on the third and maybe even bring it down? This will be scouted, I believe. Although actually with only 2 Marines, he may not fully know that there is an early push coming in here with the Marines. This definitely does need to do damage, considering the amount of Marines he is putting into it and the resources he's spending on building these Marines. If this doesn't do any damage, this will be pretty much the game over for JoRoSaR, as he'll be so far behind in the game there'll be no way he could get back into it. The Marines are now spotted and being attacked. How many Marines are now on the field? We have 13 Marines, so a lot more Marines than Zerglings. Does he now build some units? Only 2 Zerglings on the way, although speed is nearly here. And 1 right corner back swords into the corner, kills a lot of Zerglings that were defending. Some nice stutter step here from JoRoSaR, keeping as many Marines alive as possible, doing the maximum amount of damage for damage conceded. more units being killed. Let's see the units lost tab. Yes, definitely managed to do at least some damage, but needs to do more than this if he wants to. Continuing the pressure with more Marines streaming in. He's continuing Marine production with nothing else being built at his base. Oh, no, he has started building an expansion. Look at this. So much damage being done by this early pressure by JoRoSaR, and it is now cleaned up by water, although he is now very far behind in the game. Let's see the workers tab. 16 to 25. What's the workers killed looking like? 10 workers killed in that, and considering the time of the game this will be very bad for Palpatine, as the Zerg needs to be head of the Terran in units anyway, and he's in workers anyway, and he's behind. And he does also have mules helping him, remember, which can really turn the tide. So he's now coming in with a counter push to try and bring himself back into the game and put himself back into a commanding position. How much damage will this do? He pulls his workers. And it is now cleaned up, so some nice micro there from JoRoSaR, meaning minimal losses for him, although his command center will need to be repaired and lifted off from where it was built. The last Zergling's been cleaned up now. Let's see the units tab. On the back of that, he has droned heavily and taken the lead again, back from JoRoSaR on the worker front, although remember he still does have mules, although none at the moment are they going to pull one down now. Now going double engineering base, they're looking for some upgrades quickly to give his Marines the edge over the Zerglings on water. He has 4 gas now and getting a baneling there, so could we be seeing some sort of meter baneling play here from Palpatine, which is so effective against the Terran, as the banelings allow you to keep superiority on the ground, especially against Marines, while the Mutalisks continue to harass the Terran, not allowing him to move his full army out of the base. Wow, 42 drones, so a huge drone swell there, so almost double now, so he's definitely in the lead again on the macro, and damage will need to be dealt by JoRoSaR for him to stay in the game and not get completely out macroed. Double upgrades on the way from water, as well as a spore crawler, another spine crawler, and their tech, although it's been taken at his expansion. Not entirely sure of the reason of that, perhaps just a mistake. The natural is now up and running for JoRoSaR, so his income will start to increase. In fact, his income's ahead, shows you the power of mules in this game, although actually that's fairly similar. He's pulling his workers. Is he going for some sort of all-in now? Yeah, it appears like he is. Production. Producing 12 Zerglings now on the way for water, although will it be enough to hold off this, especially with these workers inbound? This is an all-in from JoRoSaR. Left just a few workers back at his base, and if this doesn't work, he will lose the game. Can he get away from the banelings? Yes, he can. The loss of only a few workers and a couple of Marines. He definitely needs to kill these, as if the Zerglings do get the upgrades that are being built, they will destroy the Marines who are at 0-0. Is he getting anything off the double engineering bay? Yes, he now has +1/+1, meaning he has the upgrade advantage, and Hellions now, so the damage he's doing is a lot. Let's see the units lost. Yep, a lot more units lost for water here, and the push is continuing as let me just see the units. Although he has lost a huge amount of his workers, and he needs to win with this push actually. He has to win, otherwise this will be the game over for him. If water can just hold this, he will have won the game, as JoRoSaR will be forced to GG. See the APMs here from these players in this much more fast pace than the previous game. Yes, a lot higher, 71 and 88. Let's go back to production. 6 more Zerglings on the way. The Hellions now in his base. Let's see the units tab. 26 workers need to bring it down further, so they at least are closer to being even. Can he get one more shot off? No. Although he has 2 more Hellions inbound, 3 more Marines, and the Marines that are already in the base to do damage. And yeah, 22, the worker count is quickly dropping, although there's no worker production from either player at this point, so JoRoSaR knows he's safe. Well, not safe, but that Water will not be going any further ahead of him in the macro while he's continuing this pressure, and no mining now on the natural, whereas, although it's very unsaturated, the mining here should be similar, I think. Oh no, Water is in fact ahead with his fully saturated main. Appears his push is finished. Let's see the units tab. 20 workers to 20 drones to 14 SCVs and 3 mules, so fairly similar actually. So with that push he's managed to pull it back at least slightly. Units lost. Yep, Water's lost a lot more units, although he did get that expansion up early, so he could afford to lose a few more units than JoRoSaR could. He's continuing marine production with these with a reactor and 2 tech labs, which are fairly useless now. Maybe more use would be trying to get maybe upgrades on his factory instead, or not. Let's see the production tab here. As you now, yep, he's now back to creating workers. Water has a lot of unspent minerals and a lot of unspent gas, so maybe getting a spire now would be worth it, just to be able to dump his gas into some sort of tech and then apply pressure, force him to waste the precious minerals that he needs to get back into this JoRoSaR's precious minerals to get back into the game on building missile turrets. Although another push coming in here from JoRoSaR, will he have enough to defend this? Let's see what he has. He has the Queen, 4 Zerglings. Oh, I don't know if he'll be able to defend this. He does now have mainlings on the way, but with good micro they shouldn't face a problem, be a problem for JoRoSaR. And he's in fact ahead in supply here. With this push inbound, he is building a lot of units and continuing production. Here's in fact supply box, so he needs to sort that out pretty soon. Missile turrets coming down just in time. Well, not just in time, in fact there is no spire up. If he's gone for festers instead to put this gas into. Let's see the units tab. 17 Zerglings. Still not sure whether this will be enough to hold off this push if and when it does come in. And you see that there's more marine. Oh, he was just waiting for the medevacs with the medevacs. I am fairly sure this. Oh, he actually does have 3 swine crawlers, so I don't know if he saw that coming or if that was just a lucky play there from Water. Scan going down, see what he's doing. The scan, in fact, alerts the Zerg player to something going on as well, depending on where you are in the game. Here, I think he can be fairly sure it is to alert him. That Water is fairly sure that JoRoSaR is using it to find out how many units he has to push with, rather than scouting, as he has spent a lot of time up inside his base not that long ago. Now going for the 3rd. This should be, or with the infestors, he may be able to hold this off. Nice sim there, going away from the Zerglings and minimising fungal, although a big fungal there from Water, but with no Zerglings to defend these infestors there. Dead meat for these Marines and Marauders. With the medevacs to heal them as well, the damage done by the fungal will soon wear off. And with 2 more medevacs inbound, yes, damage done by those fungals will now wear off. Marines have still got +1, +1, what upgrades does he have? +1, +2, so now Water it is with the upgrade advantage, although I'm still not sure he'll be able to hold this off with only 23 Zerglings. He should have perhaps sent them all in together rather than leaving 4 up here and a few other elsewhere. Still healing, more Marauders, Zergling, Marines inbound, production, yep. continuing production on that, now getting +2 infantry weapons, 20 Zerglings on the way for water. So if he can just hold on for a second, he should be able to repel them. Although I don't think he will, in fact, as the Zerglings will be coming from different directions, and they'll be able to picked off one at a time. I don't know why he sent these up here. He should have probably attacked with them. Nice into a corner there, preventing the surround from water. Let's see the units lost. Yep, water has definitely lost the majority of the units here, and with the huge loss in drones, down to 19 drones, it should be the game. EPM. Hi, yep, that is the GG from JoRoSaR. Even water even, and that's the game. Okay, this is game 3 of water against JoRoSaR. It's 1-1 in the series at the Lazy Gamer StarCraft League. It's the best of 3, so this will be the deciding game. It's spawning on the Shatter Temple with JoRoSaR at the sort of 2-3 o'clock position and 8-9 o'clock position for water, who's playing the account Pol Potol and playing as the Blue Zerg, and Red Terran is JoRoSaR. This is the last game. This isn't the MLG version of the map, so spawns can be either for JoRoSaR. He doesn't know whether water will be spawning either here or here, but close spawns are in fact blocked on this map. And as you can see, the Overlord is being sent over here from water to check for any for the JoRoSaR spawning here, because he doesn't know whether he is spawning here or in his actual position. He now does know that JoRoSaR has spawned here. A sort of proxy rack's in fact coming up for JoRoSaR. I'm not sure why it's being put here. This should be spotted by a scouting worker, I believe. Will he spot this? Let's have a look. See its vision. His worker is coming along here. As you see, the barracks is about here. He doesn't spot it, so that's very good placement from JoRoSaR, in fact. And his barracks, another barracks going up in the main, so he shouldn't suspect any sort of proxy racks, so perhaps he won't be prepared for this. And in fact, going for a hatch first, so this aggressive play that we're seeing from JoRoSaR could be deadly. And an early refinery coming up here for JoRoSaR. I'm not sure. Maybe he should have spent that. Oh, not spend that money and saved it for just pumping Marines later on. Although perhaps he's wanting to get Hellions to support this push that he will be doing with. So at this point, water will just be suspecting this is going to be a normal, similar build from last time, as the early refinery has gone up, barracks at the front. This SCV needs to be sent to work, although he hasn't quite walled off yet, and we'll need to do that soon, otherwise he'll be supply box. That's the production. Yep, Marine on the way, orbital command coming, and a bunker being built at the bottom of the ramp. Can water see this? No, he can't. Although he does have a rally point set here, so if an Overlord does spawn, yep, it will go almost directly on top of this bunker. Another SCV being sent down here. First Marine is on the way if he can. Oh, first Marine's already here. Second Marine is in fact on the way. Production. Oh, four things being sent. I'll see when water does see this. He's seen it now. He has definitely seen it. And he's got a spine crawler down here. 4 Zerglings here now. He needs to get this Marine. Another bunker being built, but the creep stops it. In fact, he's pulling workers now, in fact, to try and defend off this push, but he gets his Marines into the bunker and he'll have to pull these back as there are repairing activity and he will not be able to kill that without huge damage. Units lost, yet nothing lost for JoRoSaR yet, and a lot lost for water. Producing a spine crawler in his natural. 12 Zerglings on the way. Nice micro from JoRoSaR, though not exactly perfect. He will get the Queen, although he will lose a Marine, maybe 2. No, he gets inside the bunker. 3 Marines inside the bunker. So this Queen may be able to kill the bunker, yeah, especially if it goes onto the high ground where he can't have vision to shoot at it. he should either set SCVs to repair this or put his marines back in the bunker and send an SCV up here so that he can see this queen and kill it. Instead goes for the mineral line, loses 4 of his marines with that, 3 or 4 of his marines, so perhaps that was a slight mistake in his decision making there. He does not have vision of this queen, so it is just losing, his bunker is losing a lot of health, and he cannot let this bunker be lost, and with only 1 bunker the push will be over. See the units tab, and he is behind in workers again this game, which seems to be a theme in most of these games. He now is repairing the bunker, so he needs to send maybe this marine up the ramp, or at least put a scan up here so he can kill this queen. He's salvaging the bunker in fact, so he's choosing not to keep that bunker. Maybe he should have killed the queen rather than salvage the bunker. He loses a marine. Going for the crawler, if he can get this crawler that would be good, though not quite. He is now in fact going for his own expansion back at home. Macroing up, still not fully walled off, had to cool down a supply drop in fact, he did get supply blocked. Keeping this proxy rack down here. Continuing the marine pressure, more units being lost. He looks down to 17 workers, although he does have zerglings here now. Can he? Yes, in the middle of the line. That's a good spot. It means he can't get surrounded, but all his marines can continue to fire with the zerglings. He has 2 more marines here. Can he get them into the bunker? He doesn't even need to. Another spine crawler coming down, but this will be lost and have to be cancelled. Doesn't get the cancel, it is lost. So the unit's lost it. Yeah, 2,000 resources being lost by water, so he's far behind in this game. And this marine push should be able to clean this up if he just pulls them back down with these marines. Although he is going to get surrounded here. Can he get to the corner in time? No, this will be cleaned up in fact. But he is still behind in his workers. His expansion is in fact still up, but he's still behind in workers. And considering his mule's capacity to do damage, to increase mining, he will definitely be a long way behind in the game now thanks to this early bunker rush from JoRoSaR that we have now seen. He needs to get that CV to work. No, he in fact, is he going to cancel that? No, he doesn't cancel it. He could have sent those 3 marines around in, 4 marines in fact down to save it. He could have been able to fend that off. He's got another AFK marine here which he needs to sort out. And this marine might in fact be lost. No, it won't. This marine will definitely be lost. I need to cancel this and lift off the barracks. Bring it back to his base, perhaps lift off this as well, give some sort of off. Yes, he does do that. He should also be droning heavily off the back of this. Is he? No, he's not building a huge amount of drones. He's SCVs, he can only build 1 at a time. But his, I suppose, although he's now behind in workers, so Harpato is back in front in the game. Although I can't really see why he's applied no pressure. I think it's just a mistake from JoRoSaR due to his lack of being able to maximize his advantage he got from that early pressure which he applied. He should have perhaps macroed harder, not taken the gas as early, continued to get minerals to allow him to use more and more SCVs so he can get further and further in front. But you never know, maybe he is going for a gas heavy build. He's getting a factory up now and another command center, so maybe he is trying to really push this advantage he did have, although I'm not sure if he suspects he has in fact lost the advantage in workers which he got himself. Yeah, he has lost it a long way now, even the mules won't be able to catch up that deficit. Baning nest now coming down for water. Lair tech being researched. How many zerglings does he have on the field? Income. Yep, he's behind on income with a lot less harvesters. He has 10 zerglings. Scan going down for JoRoSaR just to give him some scouting knowledge on what he could be going for. Although the Baning nest is down here, so we won't know. The Baneling's on the way. Third base is now on its way for JoRoSaR, so if you can get this up and get it mining, and with another macro command center inside his main, his he will be able to get much more of an advantage in the game than he did have. He's called on a mule. He's above 50 energy on this uh, orbital. He's using hotkeys fairly efficiently in this series, as well, not quite as much, but water is also. Water is now producing +1/+1 with centrifugal hooks on the way. He has 22 Zerglings out to JoRoSaR's only 12 Marines, 1 Marauder, and a siege tank. So if he were to push now when his upgrades are done, perhaps he would be able to in fact come back in this game from what appeared to be a losing position and put JoRoSaR under some serious pressure. He's going to attempt to get his Ogling run by here. Will this work? Will he be able to get past? Yes, with the siege tank not in siege mode, although being researched, be able to take the tank, will he? Yes, just about. And get one worker before he pulls his last 4 Zerglings out of there. Although these may run across the path of the... yeah, they will run across the path of the Marines in the middle and get killed anyway. And nice micro there to save all his Marines from JoRoSaR. Yep, his micro command center is definitely down. He has an AFK SCV. He needs to get the space mining so he can get back up in front in this game. Especially as for 50 workers now for water here. 52 in fact, so worker production continuing. Although it has now stopped an infestation pit coming down, +1/+1 just finishing now. 4 Zerglings being built, Stim being researched, another siege tank on the way, and 2 SCVs being built. He has now started mining at this base. The gold is maybe going to be taken here from Papato. He does have a lot of excess minerals, and gas, he should be spending them on something. One Marine here to try and kill the destructible debris here, so to check if he does have a third and be able to punish it if he does, but his third is in fact being taken under gold, so not as much damage will be being dealt. So in fact he will be going ahead. I mean, if he can get this third up and running at the gold, he'll have the gold, and JoRoSaR's gold is just JoRoSaR's third is in fact just blue minerals, so just normal 5 minerals being taken each time here. Creep being spewed at the third for JoRoSaR's third by water to stop him putting a command center down there, which is a very good tactic to do, as it allows you to know when the third is going to be coming down and also prevents it being built in the usual position. The Zergling push coming here just builds the supply depots in time, although the Banelings should be able to kill it. Will he target them with the Banelings? They go down anyway, so he is now inside, and the unit tabs. This probably should be the game with only 2 Marines and 3 siege tanks against 49 Zerglings. He has very little chance, although he does have a siege tank on the high ground with 26 kills. Wow, 30 kills now on this siege tank. It is going to go down, but has done a huge amount of damage. GG now from JoRoSaR, and it looks like Water will be winning the series 2-1. So a good series from both these players, but in the end I really feel in this game it was the fact that JoRoSaR couldn't press the advantage he took in the early game, and then when he did try and press the advantage it was too late. Water was able to come in and punish him for his lack of units, and also leaving his army abandoned in the middle there just before the end was probably not the best idea in the world, considering how the time it was in the game and the kind of army that a Zerg can get out quickly and at that point in the game. So that'll be the series 2-1, and yeah.